Every leader doesn't become kings, but leaders become warriors, soldiers. But yeah, of course you can have one to become king, but if he's a warrior or a soldier, what happened?
Oh, I went live. Don't stop talking now. Go
I
ahead.
know. You just start going live?
You live
Okay.
as a leader and soldier.
I said, I'm going to
Becoming
repeat
no,
myself.
you don't have to. You
All
was
right.
already
As a
live.
leader and a soldier, not everybody can become king. And it's okay to say you're not a king. You're still a leader in the form of a warrior, in the form of a soldier, in the form of a messenger. Those are still leaders' quality. Like how people said, are you a leader or a follower? Being a follower is not a bad thing. It's what you are following. Now, I say it again, what you are following. If you follow good things, now you can learn to become leaders. If you follow bad things, now you become leaders to those bad things. That's why they said black sheep, follow sheep. All that. Who cares? Those are just words.
Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're seeing this. I am a little late because I was cooking,
Mental
and then I
illness.
was looking at a couple of lives, and then I came to check on my mental illness patient, and I came and I was just talking, then I just went live because she decided that she wanted to start talking, and she was just talking about how it's important to empower men as opposed to like deplete them. And so now they bring me to my live. My live is focused on something that is a touchy topic, but someone has to speak about it. I'm gonna speak up a little bit. Someone really has to speak on this topic. And if we take time out to speak on this topic, then we can start ordering the steps in the right direction. Because if we don't, we're gonna have a world of destruction, and we're gonna destroy ourselves. I would like to first take time out to thank every single lady who showed love for me in this 1 year. I really, truly would like to thank you all. My dudes too, of course, of course, of course. But the topic is the cult of Jezebel. And so, for before I go into Jezebel, I want the ladies to know, the women to know, that if you know that this is not you, please help me to help the Jezebels understand what I'm talking about. It's important for you to address the Jezebels as well, because the Jezebel spirit is formulating cults without our women knowing what they're doing. And they're moving in a spirit that is going to destroy the natural state of man and woman. Protection comes from unseen powerful forces. It comes from faith. And if you have faith in what is natural, then you won't be out of your natural state. And because of history, because of stories, a story like a Willie Lynch story of how to break the men down to destroy the natural state of a family structure, we are moving in a panic state 300 years later, where our women believe they have to have a strong alliance of women to protect themselves against who? Wolves, hyenas, lions, tigers, bears. Oh my, where are we right now? Because the only thing I can think of that a woman must be formulating a group of women to protect themselves from is man. And that's a victory that Satan wants. He wants you to believe that that's what you have to do. That's not what we need. That's the Jezebel spirit. To all my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women, our beautiful queens, our beautiful ladies, recognize what I'm saying. There's a Jezebel spirit that's, I'm gonna call it a disease, that's trying to play roundup and round up as many souls to tarnish them. It's from the natural state. Understand what I'm saying? We can use certain words like get strong or be strong, build a network, a team. But everything we say is out of a natural state of what we're supposed to be. And what we're supposed to be is talking about building a family and a family structure and building a strong households with the right family structure. And if we are not building up a nation of women who's going to raise up a nation of women, who's going to have that right ideology, we are raising a cult of Jezebels. Prime example of a leader of the cult of Jezebels is a woman by the name of Kim Kardashian. Because what a Jezebel needs to be a Jezebel is a spotlight, is a path. And the path for her to have the power, because that's what it is about Jezebel spirit, it's about gaining power. And once she obtains this certain power, it's to demoralize anything that goes is opposition of the Jezebel spirit. And the Jezebel spirit is building an infrastructure of unnatural mindset women who's not in their natural mindset. Because the only way that we will lose this battle is by us continually stepping out of our natural state, our mind state. We are in like a supernatural world. And right now, we believe, our women believe that they must get power for it to work properly, not knowing that they are the power. And it's for it to work properly, they must know how to work the power that they already have, as opposed to seek other power. And that's what's that makes the imbalance happen, and that's what makes everything work. So going back to a Kim Kardashian, when I say she needs a path, it can't be no lowly individual. It has to be someone in a shining spotlight, so that that spotlight she can use and absorb and use that spotlight to spotlight on her agenda, so that she can take over that spotlight and move her agenda. And what's her agenda? Takeover of power, to unbalance the natural state of human beings. That's the Jezebel spirit. Many will love to debate because they live in the Jezebel spirit. So they would love to debate, but it's no debating when you're talking facts. Like I say, many don't know they're living in the Jezebel spirit. So why debate with someone who's already who don't know what they're living in? You just gotta keep showing them and proving to them that they are being controlled by a spirit that's making them think out of their natural state. Where we at? We are at where the Jezebel spirit is demasculating men, because that's the key. Once you can demasculate man, that's the key to your power. Because the key to power is to be the head of the household And that's what Jezebel wants, because that's the unnatural state of family structure, because that keeps the demonic spirit to have its power over the household. The girl don't have protection. The boy don't have guidance. The mother don't have the security, because everything's unnatural. And so when the girl don't have the baby girl don't have protection, she tends to run to for protection, which comes from outside sources as men. And then those men, because she's starting looking for the protection at a young age, she's starting young, and that builds up a hatred young, because she's not getting what she needs. All she really needs is protection, but what she's obtaining, what she's engaging in is lust and heartbreak, because that's the Jezebel spirit, to break the connection of what is the natural state, is which is love. So that's why it's important for her to have protection, which is the father, to protect her from the lust, to put fear in her from the lust, so that she can get to the right age of maturity, so that when lusts do come, she handles it in the right way and get the right male to be lustful with. The boy needs guidance. He's misguided. He doesn't know what it is to be a man. So he's going to have feminine qualities. Even if he's moving like a man, he's still going to have a feminine mindset, because he wasn't guided by man. And then when he gets into a household, it will be unbalanced, because he won't be thinking as a real man, because he wasn't guided by man, unless he was in military, and unless he was like in sports and was in teams and things like that. But most of these boys are not even in stuff like that now. So once he's a grown man, he still seems like he's a young man, a young boy, because he hasn't been taught by a man how to be and what it is to be a man. And most likely most of his life he's been protected by a woman and guided by women. So that makes it a structure where he's kicked out the household when it comes to him being with his woman, because she's going to be saying, you don't know how to be a man. So that breaks the family structure up. So by having a bunch of boys with no fathers, it's going to guarantee a high ratio of broken households when they have children, because they haven't had the proper guidance. And when the mother has no security, she feels the need to take the role of the masculine side of her human form. And with that, it builds a hatred towards man for not doing his job, for the job that she believes that she has to do, as really opposed to just the job that she's supposed to do, is really keep the natural state of the family going, which is love. And so we have an imbalance of the family because of the Jezebel spirit, that which helps produce a demonic mindset in many people, because it builds up hatred. Like I said, hatred is a disease. We must take heed to women conferences. We must take heed to our women power, because if women are not keeping family in that structure first, it's a cult of disaster. It's a cult of Jezebels. Sorry. Because you don't need women to make you and help you get strong, especially as single mothers. You need faith in the beginning of creation and family structure. And that means that you must have discussion with man. in order for you to make that better. Because woman and woman conversation can't truly make it whole when it comes to building family. So, like I said, this is a very touchy topic. Talk about the Jezebel spirit, and of course, I thought of this thinking. I'm listening to a panel of women tonight, and listening to how everyone was talking over each other and battling each other, and no one can really make out what they were saying, and they all living in a spirit of bodying one another, shutting each other down for power. Back in the days, they was calling them the wrench hoes, and now they want to be the content creator queens. But what we do need is real women stepping up to the plate and speaking on behalf of building real families. I'm for that movement. I'm not for women power movements that's not making it right for a family structure, because I know that that's the Jezebel spirit, and that's what we've been living in. So Kim Kardashian, then her sister gets multi-rich. How? She gets with a rapper. Then they promote their agenda, and at the end result, look what happened to the father, the man of the house. Because of the Jezebel spirit, he becomes a transgender because he's around nothing but Jezebels with power now. And they convinced him to go 100% and be the image of what they need. So you have the household of Jezebels and the image of what they represent. And for a decade and a half, they have ruled and spreaded the agenda of this Jezebel spirit to a point that women are living a Kim Kardashian life. Women are truly living a Jezebel spirit. And we need more women to call it out. Don't mean to really like entertain this too long. It's just that, like I said, I listened to the panel and I'm just listening to all those individuals speaking over each other and just talking. And when it comes to taking credit for good things and then also taking accountability for things when they go wrong, take the credit for that as well. We as a nation of the original Jews, we as a nation called the Blacks, must get our shit together, man and woman, because we are the cause of all this bullshit. We are the reason why this world is in chaos, because we are not moving in our natural state. So when a woman is addressing a woman about how woman's not moving her natural state, I can dig it. But when the Jezebel spirit don't want it to be recognized, they will attack it. I want y'all to truly understand what's being said. I listened to this panel of women, and I don't really know what they're talking about. But from what I can grab, you women need to start checking that Jezebel spirit in you. My next live will be deep conversation with the mirror. And I'm going to stay on that for a little while because that's very deep. I would like for all you Jezebels to know that your time has come. Your reign is going to come down. Your empire that you're trying to build will topple. We will not allow that spirit to possess any more women. We would not allow that spirit to attack any more women. And we definitely would not allow that spirit to conquer us men. It's time for you ladies to truly wake up and realize it's a war. It's a war on your womb. There's a war on your unborn. It's a war on the 21-year-olds and your 18-year-olds. It's a war on your children. It's a war on your man. And this war is a Jezebel spirit. So it can take over, so it can reverse everything of the natural state. That type of victory, that type of victory can really change the world for thousands of years. And you're witnessing it as we speak. Since Barack Obama, that was 2008. We're in 2022. We're looking at 14 years. You understand? 14 years that went by of him making the White House a rainbow color. This agenda is gathering power and moving forward in a manner where it's using our women as the motor boat, as the motor, it's the engine. And we must take credit for our faults as well, and we must stop it. I ain't got much else to talk on this topic. The Jezebel spirit, the cult of the Jezebel. Watch out for your daughters. Your daughters are being trained to become Jezebels. They're being conditioned. They're being taught. Tyra Banks taught many young girls how to be Jezebels and master being a Jezebel. Quiet as kept, they have programs every day showing women how to be a Jezebel. And it's definitely important for those women who know that it's time to rise up to start rising up and breaking down this Jezebel spirit. I'm not going to talk too much longer. I'm just going to say thank you for your listening ear and your support. I need you to check your niece, your daughter, to check your mother, your auntie, your young grandmother, and pray for this Jezebel spirit to exit her. Because we need to get back into our natural state immediately. Because, like I said, the Jezebel spirit is a disease. It's a game. It's a game of tag. It's a game of roundup. And it's gathering so many women's souls to a point where it's going to be almost hard to combat it. You all have a good evening. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. Never, ever, ever give up. Peace.